I guess it's about 6 o'clock. We're going out for the evening. I don't know where we're going. I've left it all up to V. She's from here. I said we can go. We'll go wherever you want to go. Our last evening in Ayutthaya. Last night we did the boat tour, that boat cruise, dinner cruise that I wanted to do. So, it's her night. We'll see where she takes us.
Hey folks, and welcome back to the trip. We are still in Ayutthaya. If you've been following the trip, this is part 3. We're still on day 2, the evening of day 2, and hey, there's a security guard just getting off work. And we're going out for the evening. V has arranged us some transportation. Took a little longer for him to show up, but there's our space-age tuk-tuk there, so we'll just go ahead and take off. So she informed me that there's a big night market with all kind of good food, and that's where she wants to go. It's by a park, and she hasn't been there in a while, but here we are. We're just pulling up here right now. This was actually quite a ways from our hotel, but it's where she wanted to go. And there's our driver. We'll see what's doing here. So V's brought us to the night market because they got lots of food. So I said she could do whatever she wanted. I guess she wants food. So yeah, plenty of food to be had. There's a pineapple smoothie there, 30 baht for that. Now, V wanted some vegetables here. There she is picking out her vegetables. Actually, this was one of the more expensive offerings. I think we paid 50 baht for that. But here goes something, maybe just a bit of a mistake. Maybe she wasn't thinking, but she's trying to pick out her sauce. This comes with, a spicy num prick, and it's got a bunch of them. So she's going to try that when she just dips, I don't know that that's the best thing. But then she goes in, and she goes in for the double dip. She double dipped the vegetable. So I told her, hey, listen, next time, do one dip and just end it. So then the quandary became, we had all this food. We got about 5 or 6 different items, and nowhere to eat. So some of the little table areas were closed off in the night market. So there was a park across the street. She suggested that, but it looked kind of dark and eerie over there. So I said, hey. She even asked the tuk-tuk driver where we could eat. I said, look, there's a restaurant right here. What if we buy a couple bottles of beer and or whatever you want to drink, and we'll sit there and eat. They're making a sale, and we have a nice table and place to eat. So that's what we ended up doing. Just a little common sense, little ingenuity. They were more than happy to serve us. I mean, they weren't that busy to begin with. So this guy's offering us a ride home, which we'll accept. We'll take him up on that as soon as we get done eating.
She's got a whole spread of street food, and they said if we ordered some beers here, we could eat the food. So we got food and beverage, and that's what we wanted to do. But it's been a while since we had a big street food pig out, so that's what it'll be. Sit right out here adjacent to the night market in Ayutthaya. There's our ride home. Oh, look at that.
So yeah, everything nice and cheap. The Kanom Jean there, 30 baht for that. Those dumplings, 20 baht. The Tortman Pla fish cakes, I think they were 30 baht. The noodles, 20 baht. V's vegetables, 50 baht. There you go. I think definitely the beverage was the most expensive, but that was it for the night until breakfast the next morning. So we wanted to take advantage of the complimentary breakfast buffet. And I got to tell you, I was pretty impressed with this. I think this hotel caters to maybe business travelers. I met several foreigners here that actually worked in the area and they're kind of living at this hotel and working close by. So there you go, pancakes, French toast, bacon. Can't argue with that. So they're well prepared here, and then Thai food for V's breakfast there. So we'll get a big platter made all up here and get a nice rib stick and breakfast, because we got a long day on the road. We're going to head north today, and I probably won't have a whole lot of time to stop.
So day 3 already, going quick. If you're just getting caught up, day 1, we rode up to Ayutthaya. Day 2, we explored the city. And day 3, this morning, we are leaving Ayutthaya en route to our next destination, which is a place called Petchabun. So we got about 300 kilometers to go. Let's hit the road.
So that's right. It's early in the morning, and we'll just leave the hotel and jump right into early morning rush hour traffic here in Ayutthaya. It wasn't bad. We were close by the highway. This hotel was probably only a kilometer or 2 away from the highway. So a couple twists and turns notwithstanding, and just a slight bit of the morning rush hour, we were able to head out onto the highway, the open road. But about 35 minutes away, there's a place that I wanted to stop, and here it is. We're pulling in right now, and I thought it was something kind of neat. But there you go. That's what they have here. That's what they make here and build here. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll get our tickets, 60 baht, and we'll go in and we'll take a quick look.
So we're on the way to Petchabun today, and we stopped here at the Transformers Museum. 60 baht to get in, 60 baht for V, 60 baht for me. And if you've been to Thailand, if you've been around, you'll know that a lot of places like coffee shops and different kind of places will have these transformers out in front, or a big hawk, or some of the things I've just showed you. This is where they're made. They make them here, all handmade creations, and they're for sale. So if you have a business and it kind of is a point of interest to bring customers to your business, this place can help you. So I've seen lots of them. Even when I lived in Ban Sen, they were all over the place. You'd see one here, one there. A lot of times up and down Sukhumvit Road, you'll see them in front of, I don't know, car dealerships, different kind of places, home stores. I've seen them everywhere. But kind of interesting. This is where they're made, and I've never seen the ones this big, except one time in Pattaya at Bali High Pier. I saw a couple of these great big giant boys. It's on a video that I did. But really amazing. A lot of work. I'm wondering how much they weigh and how they transport them. That's where my mind goes from a logistics background. But kind of neat. If you're passing by Ang Thong, just north of Ang Thong, on the way to Petchabun on 32, the Transformer Museum, 60 baht, and they got a coffee shop and stuff. So we're not going to spend a lot of time here. Just thought I'd stop by with something out of the ordinary.
We were told those big ginormous ones are over 1 million baht, so that's well over 30,000 US, but all good things come to an end. Time to leave. So another hour or so up the road, we were ready for another little rest stop here, and we were kind of in the middle of nowhere. There was not really anywhere to stop, so I just saw a couple people on the side of the road. Looks like they had a little store. I said, why not stop here? And turns out they were preparing a fresh crop of tamarind here. This is called Manila tamarind. Manila tamarind, different from the other tamarind that grows here in Thailand. Oh, this grows in Thailand as well, but I guess originally from the Philippines maybe, or at least that's what it's known for. But this is very seasonal. You don't see this very often, so we took the opportunity to stop and grab some.
Fresh tamarind, sweet, but they got these little black seeds in them. You don't want to eat that. You just eat this. Break on the way to Petchabun. We're a little over halfway there from Ayutthaya, so we got some smaller roads. We got off the highway. We had highway for like the first 100 kilometers. Now we're on some secondary roads, so stop for some water.
Yeah, what a great bunch of folks here, salt of the earth, every one of them. And hey, look at all this. These guys just trucked in another couple sacks, and then they'll sit there and they'll cut off the stems. I guess that's how they prepare it for market. And yeah, I mean, we bought a little bit of this while we were here. It's pretty good. But look, this next bit was not my idea. I'll just want to say that up front. I'll tell you more about it. But this is what I call a contraption. There's many different kinds of contraptions. It's kind of like a homemade people carrier type thing, little roof on it, but it's made out of basically an old moped or scooter. And like I said, there's many different kinds of these contraptions. That's just what I call them. It's a three-wheeler here, but that's the owner right there with the orange shirt. And he suggested I ride it. I said, no, I don't want to ride it. V encouraged me, and this guy didn't want to take no for an answer. It dawned on me he wanted photos or videos of a foreigner riding his contraption.
That's my new bike. You don't need a top box. You got all this storage. Probably about 4 people could sit there. I think more people could sit in here than the tuk-tuk in Ayutthaya. You got a gear shift. I don't know about the brakes. There's no hand brakes. Well, I guess you got a foot brake here. Yeah, you got a foot brake. And you got to shift gears. This side has mirrors, this side no mirrors. And that's how you steer, like that.
So yeah, my initial thought was, what good can come of riding this thing? But the more he insisted, I thought, well, maybe it's rude to refuse. So I told him, I'll just ride it around the parking lot. I don't want to take it out on the road or anything. Yeah, so my first ride on a contraption, if I can actually get the thing turned around here without hitting the roof on the other roof of the house. But I guess once I got going, I was okay. I just took a once around the parking lot here. He got his photo, he got his video, he was happy. He's going to show all his friends, hey, look at this big guy riding on my contraption, or whatever he calls it. But, well, there you go. Not too bad. I did okay, I guess. So yeah, we ended up spending a little bit more time there than what we had planned to, but at any rate, we drove about another 100 kilometers and got real close to Petchabun, and you can see the mountains in the background there. We're coming up on it. Oh, and by the way, it's Chinese New Year tomorrow, so some people are wearing the red dresses, the traditional wear, but found a little coffee shop, and we'll just take a little break here real quick.
Just one last stop. We're about 70 kilometers outside of Petchabun, which will be our destination today. And we'll check in, and hopefully I can do what I want to do there. There's something there I want to eat that I'm very curious about. I used to have a friend from Petchabun, and she told me about something that you can only get there. And that's what we're going looking for tonight, once we get there and get all settled in. And we'll take a quick look at the hotel, and then we'll head out for the evening and try to find one of the things that I'm looking for on this trip. So let's get back on the road. Probably about 35-40 minutes we'll be there. Welcome to Petchabun.
Absolutely right. Welcome to Petchabun. So it was a long day getting here, over 300 kilometers, but we won't even do 300 kilometers the next 2 days because we're going to kind of stick around here. But unfortunately, you'll have to wait 48 hours for the first of those episodes to air. That'll be Tuesday. And we're going to go up into the mountains. This is actually a little sneak peek here. This is where we'll be. We got a lot of stuff to see and do up here, so be sure to tune in for that. But for this episode, I'm going to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.